Welcome to Premiere 7. I am your host, Ryan Nelson. In recent days, I have done a video covering the question: should Jamaica accelerate interest in recruiting elite Sims? That video received interactions for which I had to applaud because I received different sides from you, the audience, as to whether or not you agree or disagree. Now, today I just want to take on a different topic that will somewhat contribute to the psychological improvement of those persons who are playing football today. Well, the topic cover can even assist those persons who aren't even football enthusiasts. I want to dive into something very important. And the topic that I will be covering will take into consideration my Jamaican footballer who could have been greater, but due to choices, it wasn't meant to be. The topic is how Ravel Morrison's career can shape football. This is the lesson. Stick around for the discussion. Perseverance is not a long race. It is the many short races, one after the other. A popular quote by Walter Elliott. The reason why I chose this quote is in the form of an indication that the term perseverance means even though you are failing, continue, keep on trying, and possibly what you are going at will come through. Now, I hope you will find this video quite informative and interested because I am here to make football a better sport. Now, as I've mentioned earlier on before, the topic is all about how Ravel Morrison's career can shape football, the lesson. Many of you who are watching this video have an idea of who Ravel Morrison is. And as you can see, I am in a different location with a different background. That is somewhat of a indicator that Ravel Morrison played in numerous clubs, right? More than 11 clubs. And did he hit the ground running? No, he didn't. But what about before he moved from Manchester United to those different clubs? What was his career like before? He was quite promising. He was that player who a lot of persons mentioned could have been great. Names like Sir Alex Ferguson, who even mentioned that this guy, based on his talent, he was one of those top talents thereafter Ryan Giggs. And even Wayne Rooney made a lot of commendations about Ravel Morrison. Persons even said in the past that his talent could even outdo a Paul Pogba. That shows you how brilliant Mr. Ravel Morrison is. But as I've said before, this is a lesson. And how can you learn from a lesson? Based on past experience. His career started off quite well at the youth level, and he won a trophy or two that shows that he have what it takes to become a great player. But words was not only put on him, it was based on observation. And I don't want for you to think that I am picking on Ravel Morrison. I am just using his mistakes to prevent you, the footballers right now, to do not do the same thing. I'm not being harsh, but sometimes something has to happen for a change to take place. It must be understood that Ravel Morrison was the player who had a good heart, but thereafter he had issues on several occasions. Issues were as it is concerned with his ex girlfriend, the law, and the list goes on. And things of such could hinder his career from catapulting into what could have been awesome. Now, to have the name of a star player based on raw talent and ability, you don't need anything really than to just keep your mind focused and stay put. But many times, a person who has such talent will still need the guidance of somebody who is way more experienced or have some form of personal connection that can help him to become better in life. And let me use an example of somebody who basically moved from point A to point B to point C to point D. Many names. Many names. That's the trick. But Cristiano Ronaldo can be a name that I can throw there. I can even throw Zlatan Ibrahimovic name out there. These players managed to hit the ground running at every clubs that they played for. They had or still have the talent, good coaching, but what made them that great? The mentality. The mentality is what made those players great. And that is the issue that Ravel Morrison had. Remember, I am not doing this video to bash or to cuss anybody, especially Mr. Morrison, but to use his career to clean up football. Because guess what? I hate to see when top players go amiss. And if you're like what I'm saying thus far, you can always give a donation to my PayPal account as a thank you for the job that I'm doing here. Thereafter, you can also follow me on my different social media platforms on Instagram, on TikTok, and of course here on YouTube. I can remember when I was at sixth form at St. Mary High. I'm a St. Mary man. And there was this one talk that was mentioned by the principal, Mrs. Sadar. She mentioned that always have one personality. And that one talk, I utilize that everywhere that I am going. The person that you're seeing here on here is the same person that is not on here, right? I have one personality. And that is the reason why I can say I am moving up the ladder. But, of course, I will need some more guidance in becoming better. For example, here on YouTube. So, Raven Morrison, as I've said before, I want to use his career to let you, the upcoming or existing folks of football, to let you know that focus on the prize. Focus on your career because football provides a lot of benefit. And if you're not a footballer, if you're a singer, a dancer, a cricketer, and the list goes on, if you want good, your nose have to run. So Jamaica has great talents like a Kaheem Dixon, a Dujon Whisper. These two names are popular known these days. And I take away myself from what was trending or still trending among these two players because Jamaica has done fairly well in the CONCACAF Nations League and is looking forward to playing the Copa America against some stronger teams thereafter World Cup qualifiers. But there are some issues that I realized and I have seen, whereas, you know, Butler was saying that, oh, Kaim Dixon should not be selected above Whisper, and other persons would say the different thing. That is somewhat problematic, and I don't want for Jamaicans or even persons who understand football to let ego destroy the talents. I want for them to bring across positivity, well, in all fairness, what is right to make Jamaica football and football on a whole better. At the end of the day, good will not be everywhere, but you have to choose where you want to be. So I moved myself from the news about, Kaim Nixon and Dujan Whisper, who should have been playing blah, 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 because I want to focus on the psychological side of things for footballers. And, back to Mr. Morrison, even though he was a good player, he did not manage to reach on that height that he should have been on, because looking at all of the clubs that he's playing for or he has played for, his talent is gone a far stretch. The talent that was wasted, I would say. He plays for Jamaica, 18 goals, 18 games, 2 goals. And before I even got an understanding of who he was really, I never thought he was a great player until I did some research. And that is something now I want to touch upon. I want for you to understand this, that when you look on somebody, they may look okay, they may look as if, oh, yes, everything is good. No, do not make that rush decision in mind, but try to understand the person. Because if Ravel Morrison then again understood himself better, he could have been a great footballer. If other persons could understand him, then they could at least made more efforts to assist with his issues. But then again, it boils down to his personal decision. Now, this video has now come to an end. And even though I am not seeing where Mr. Morrison will be playing back for Jamaica in any time soon, and if it is in any time soon, then I mean, more so it is not going to be because he is in his 30s, I believe. I want for you, footballers, or anyone, to use this video as a lesson to learn that when you have the talent, do not waste it. Because I am a talented person, but I wasn't in that position to reach a higher level. And not all persons can bounce back from failure or bounce back from this was what I want. It did not work out. Let me try this instead. Not all persons. Some persons will be blessed with one talent, some will be blessed with three, some will be blessed with five. But I will always say, try your best to be specialized in at least one, because having a lot of talents but not nailing down any would make you be a waste of time. All right, so I hope that this video could at least pull some strings or change some thoughts as it relates to the thinking process of persons. Because at the end of the day, when you fail, there's no one to blame but yourself, really. So, this is just a video that I had to look on from a psychological side in the form of a lesson, because I want for persons to think more than just rush and do things without any proper thoughts. It is now my time to go. This video took a while for me to put together, but because of perseverance, I was able to end it. So take care until we meet again. Bye bye for now.